They creeped in again, guys. They creeped in again. I don't know how many times I've been pressing record and then stopping it, pressing record and then stopping it, but I'm gonna put this out there no matter what. We're breaking free from the cycles of fear, right? So we're doing this. We're doing this. I did channel a few messages, so I'm just gonna go through them and then let that guide the conversation for the day. Hi, how rude of me. My name is Pixel. Thank you so much for joining me today. Um, I did listen to the previous video and I know that my voice is quite low, so I promise to get a mic so that I can be more audible to you guys. High vibrations isn't pretending nothing bothers you, it's choosing your response. Okay. Darkness doesn't test you because you're weak, it tests you because you're bright, and bright things attract attention. Come through, spirit. Keep glowing. Tests don't lower your vibrations unless you agree to go down there. Okay, let's just unpack this a little bit. So the universe, it works in vibrations and frequencies. It understands whatever energy that you put out there. So if you're going to be thinking, what if the bad things happen, or what if it doesn't work? The what ifs. So I saw a quote a few days ago. It said, fear is what if, and faith is even if. So if you're on what if, then you're living on fear, which is low vibrations, thinking about the bad outcomes, anticipating the worst case scenario. And when you're on faith, you're on high vibrations, even if. So you believe wholeheartedly that even if it goes wrong, I know that there will be something that I get out of it. It's like I always say, I never lose. If I'm ever to take an L, it's a lesson. So we are here getting lessons. And Erica Badu say, peace and blessings manifest with every lessons learned. I'm gonna keep coding, guys. I'm a code girl. You'll see it eventually. Where were we? A seed needs to be buried in darkness before it can grow. No one sees what is happening beneath the ground until the day the plant breaks through the soil. Ooh, I loved this one. I love it so much. You will be tested the most when you're working on yourself, being a better person. Don't break. That's the old you trying to resurface. The karmics is trying to take you back to a timeline you've outgrown. Keep choosing healing. I'm standing on this one. I'm standing heavy, heavy on this one. Like, I even said it to my younger brother the other day. I was like, yo, universe young tester, universe young tester. Like, it's like every time I intentionally take the time to work on myself and just understand that I don't want to just be concerned about my physical appearance, whatever meets the eye, the shell, the vessel. I know that there's more to me than that which meets the eye, and I have a soul, guys. So many people don't even acknowledge that. Understand that you are more than just a vessel. This is merely a vessel. And we will leave it at some point, whether we like it or not. So it's important for us to work on our souls, our consciousness, our characters. Because whatever consciousness you gain, you can keep in every lifetime. It's like I saw the other day when I was doing a meditation, I was like, okay, I want to do the Kundalini awakening. And then it did mention that when I went through them, I just typed that. Then there was one that spoke about how it is easier for some people to tap within the goddess, within themselves, because throughout different lifetimes, they gained consciousness and they get to keep that. Unlike whatever material that you have. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with having material. Okay, go out there and get your money and get your house, get whatever you think is good for you, right? But it's important for you to remember that we're going to leave those things. Those are things of this world. We found them here, we're going to leave them here. Some eventually evolve, yes, but that doesn't mean that we can take them with us. It's meant for this world. Those are things of this world. We leave them. So when you work on your consciousness, on your character, that's something that you get to keep throughout different lifetimes because your soul, that is why it's possible for you to have a soul remembrance and understand that there are contracts that you signed before you come into this planet, and whatever soul contracts that you sign will determine the outcome of your life, right? So whatever consciousness that you can, I'm going to keep emphasizing on this because I think it's a bit esoteric, yes, but a lot of people are aware of it. They just don't take the time to tap into it and understand it because shallow, shallow, shallow. Ah. So yes. keep working on those. Okay, those important things, those important qualities that a person should have. I believe that they're more important than whatever material that you can have to offer, because to me it goes beyond that. I have to understand that the mindset that you carry. Are you going around with the scarcity mindset thinking, oh, there's not enough? No, 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 no. I'm abundant. Abundance is my birthright, and I stand on that. I know for a fact that there's more than enough for everyone. So if I am to get blessed, I am not. That is why people suffer with jealousy, because they think that, and envy, because they're like, oh, okay, so that person got that, I can't get that. No, just because that opportunity, that win was for her or him, doesn't necessarily mean it's not meant for you. It means that you align with something different, right? They could be blessed with public speaking, you could be blessed with writing, and writing doesn't necessarily have to be something that is out in the public for you to excel in, right? Unless you choose to be an author and put your book out there, then yes, there's that. So back to the channel messages before we go all the way off. Just oh, the naysayers gonna be humble. I love this one. They gonna be humble. All the naysayers gonna be humble. All the naysayers are going to be humble. Because if you stay true to who you are, stay true to your journey, stay true to your path, and keep the faith, eventually when things start working out for you, all those who are doubting you will see your success. Oh, honey, they will see it, and they will bask in your glory. That's on period. You have the power to protect your peace. Take your power back and choose what's worth your attention. And remember, where attention goes, energy flows. So choose your thoughts consciously. Yes, 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 that's important. I always emphasize on that. So, growing up, I used to, I think I did tell you a little bit about this. I used to let external forces determine my decisions, right? Whatever decisions I made them based on whatever external forces that I need, because I used to thrive on external validation. So, every time I would pay close attention to what's being said, how it's being said, who is saying it, how it's being delivered, da 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 da, da and all that jazz. But I learned to understand the importance of self validation. Because when I went to ALEX, we did the professional course before we start with the technical courses, right? They emphasized a lot on leading the self before you can lead others. So being able to tap within yourself, understand who you are, what you have to offer, and how you deliver what you deliver, leading yourself. So basically presenting yourself in a certain manner, giving what you believe is true to you, and that way you'll be able to lead better, because leading, yes, it is about the people, but you are also a person. So if you're not able to lead a person, how are you to lead people, right? It starts with you. MJ said it. Start with the man in the mirror. Okay, let me pause. I just needed to take a few moments to just do my breath work. Every time I feel like I'm spiraling out, my mind is all over the place, or I'm tapping out of my own energy and into the energy of the collective, I just take a moment, take a few breaths, and can be present within myself. So yes, there's that. So I did see a few angel numbers came up. Some are repetitive from the previous video. That means that you have to check them and see what message the universe is trying to send to you. 222 333 444 919 707. I saw that again today. 606 666 303 101 242 221. Channeled messages. Oh, channeled songs. I even have channeled songs. Any featuring Georgia Smith. Pang Black Girls, the remix. You have to pay attention to the lyrics, guys, especially when it's a random song that pops up, or you eavesdropping and you hear certain lyrics, like maybe a specific line, phrase, or just the chorus or whatever it is, and it just catches your attention. Read into it. Read into it. There's a reason it's stuck with you. It's because it was directly sent to you. Okay, read into it. I also have Erica Badu, Didn't You Know, and on and on. Read into the lyrics, guys. It's important. Read into the lyrics. Um, number two. Oh, number two stood out because it came out a lot. I also got 202 111 1010 44 553, and 414. So because number two appeared a lot, I did check the number, and it represents balance, clarity, correspondence, duality, and partnership. Mm. Put your number twos in the air. Okay. Let's talk about the vibrations again, guys. Hmm, I'm back. Um, I would like us to discuss the number two because it came up randomly, and I think it did stand out a lot to me because I've been seeing 222 a lot, the number 22, and I'm like, okay, now I see it speaks about balance, duality, partnership. Um, I think it's important for me. I've been learning how to balance my energies, the feminine and the divine. Growing up, I used to be extremely feminine. I like to do my nails, paint them, get my hair done with color. You know, I was like, oh, that feminine. But I wasn't really into dresses like that, you know. And then eventually it changed. I started being more masculine, like, okay, I'm not into nails like that. I've never been a fan of makeup. I don't wear makeup, so it wasn't something that I was into even from a young age. But what I was obsessed with was nails. I used to love doing my own nails, just painting them, putting some glitter. I even still have the stickers where you used to put those stickers where it's like flowers, then you paint that transparent one on it, and it's just shiny and lovable, you know? I used to obsess with them. And then eventually it faded. I mean, I was like, got into my tomboy era, and it got deeper than that, but we're not going there today. So I've been learning how to balance them. So I've been looking deep into the yin and yang and finding out what it means on a deep level. We just know about it being masculinity and femininity. So I went deep into it, understanding what it is, what it means, and if that catches your attention, you can also do your own research. But I learned about how femininity is associated with darkness and passivity. So most of the time I was like, okay, what is even that? Femininity, what does it represent? What is it all about? It's all about being nurturing, being kind, being that softness, representing softness. And then masculinity isn't necessarily about being stoic, being hard, being closed off. No, I think we misinterpreted in today's society because we don't look deeper into things and understand what it actually means. So I looked into it, with the yin and yang. The femininity is the dark side, so it's represented by darkness, the moon, and masculinity is the light side, is represented by light and activity. So that is why masculine energy is all about ambition, going out there, being protective, doing the most. We associate masculinity and men with coming into the house and being the provider, being the one to bring. But that's the thing that we have to look deeper into. It's not only about that. Just because you're a man doesn't mean that you only have to embrace your masculinity. And vice versa for females, it doesn't necessarily mean that you only have to focus on your femininity. So it has to be balanced, and I think I'm learning that. And I did mention Doctor's Monica Nicole, and she did a subconscious test, an archetype test, where you answer a few questions, and that will help you understand what it is that's blocking you from maybe your feminine energy, your masculine energy, or what exactly is keeping you trapped in your ego, basically. So I looked into it, I did the subconscious test, and the nice thing about it is after that, she provides you with a workbook, and that workbook allows you to work on that, heal yourself. That's what I love the most about her. She doesn't just tell you about the problem, she offers you a solution, and a solution that helps you actively evolve, because she's all about tapping into the subconscious mind. She even released a nervous system reboot and subconscious mind reboot, where you change your mindset altogether from a subconscious level, not just on a conscious level where you know what you're thinking about, right? So that's why I've been looking heavy into subliminals. Subliminals is basically you reprogramming your mind on a subconscious level. So that has really gotten my attention now more than ever. I'm working on that, on balancing both my feminine energy and my masculine energy, and understanding that just because I'm a female doesn't necessarily mean that I only have to present as feminine. I have to understand that there's duality, right? And I have to be balanced. The Libra scale, balance things. So yes, I'm working on that and understanding that. I did the questions, the answers, and I got my workbook, and I've been working on that. She did help me understand that I had to heal some motherly wounds. And I can say it's something that I didn't know about, but that's not the point. So yeah, just check it out, and if she's still offering it, just take a look into it. Don't think too much about it until you actually do it, and that will help you understand yourself on a deeper level. So yeah, let's see what other messages we got. Um, oh, I got some codes. It says, the patient man is to be preferred to the hero. Better the man who masters himself than the one who conquers of than the conqueror of seas. Okay, I'm definitely editing this video. The previous one I didn't edit. I just wanted to flow, go with the flow, right? But this one I'm definitely gonna cut a few parts and merge. I got a few quotes. This one is one of my favorites. It says, the patient man is to be preferred to the hero. Better the man who masters himself than the conqueror of cities. This is what I've been emphasizing a lot on how you should know the self. If you sit with yourself long enough to know who you are, then you won't accept other people's definitions of you. People have created a version of you in their minds that is aligned with how they're able to perceive themselves. Remember, everything is just projection. So if you listen, then you are allowing them to create who you are or dictate how you live, right? Because they're saying this is who you are based on whatever habits, traits, or experiences that they had with you in their energetic field, right? So if you sit with yourself long enough to know yourself on a deeper level, on a soul level, and understand who you are and what you have to offer this world, then you will know yourself well enough to not let other people's definitions of you create a version of you that doesn't align with who you are, right? So sit with yourself, understand yourself, and stop accepting that which doesn't align with you, that which isn't even you, right? So yeah, I'm going to keep emphasizing that. I want people to sit with themselves, do the inner work, do the shadow work. It's hard. Yes, you have to sit with uncomfortable truths. You have to acknowledge your own toxicities, but that helps you evolve and grow because you're understanding that I'm able to be better than this. So you are not responsible for the version of you that people have created in their minds. You are responsible for the version of you that you are actively working on becoming. Keep on keeping on, keep on working on yourself, and understand that yes, there are some setbacks, and yes, you do have some toxicities as a person because you won't be the hero in everyone's story. But that doesn't mean that you should hate yourself. That is why it's important to do the shadow work, understanding that there are some qualities in you that some people will not consider as lovable or wanted, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be villainized. It's who you are. And that's not you breaking character, that's you staying true to your character, right? It's like someone else's yes is your no, and someone else's no is your yes. It won't always merge or be the same, but that doesn't necessarily mean that his yes is wrong or her yes is wrong, and vice versa. You get the deal, right? So I always emphasize on this. When you focus your energy on who you want to become and what you want to attract, that's how you manifest, because you pouring your energy and investing it in a place where you want to get the positive outcomes. You focus on what you do want to manifest, what you do want to bring forth, what you do want to be in, right? So that version of you that you're actively working on becoming, and if you constantly embody that person that you want to be and show up as that person, that's how you jump timelines, because you're moving from this is my current reality, this is what's happening in my current reality, and this is what I should be stuck to know. You should keep investing in yourself and understanding that you cannot bring forth or birth the version of you that is of high vibrations if you're constantly holding yourself, shrinking yourself, and allowing yourself to be a version of you that you don't want to be, pretending to be someone you're not. Mm-mm. We're not doing that anymore. I told you guys, the year of the fire horse, there's no time. The year of the snake revealed a lot already. So if you're still stuck in that energy, then you're only sabotaging yourself because you're not understanding the fact that you holding on to people, places, and things that are not aligning with the version of you that you're becoming. That's you hindering your own growth. Because how are you to grow if you're still clinging on to what's not serving you, right? Mm. Let it go, move on, and understand that not everyone is meant to evolve with you in this lifetime. And that's okay. That doesn't mean that you have to hate them. That doesn't mean that you have to dislike them. It just means that you're not on the same frequency, you're not aligned, and it's okay. I mean, so many people on this planet, you can't be crying over people who are hindering your growth and not serving you, right? So I'm leaving people, I'm leaving places, I'm leaving things that don't even align with the person that I'm becoming. And it's important. Oh yes, we did mention about living in your delusion, right? Dr. Monica Nicole was talking about that. I wanted to go deeper into that. So she mentioned that what she means by living in your delusion is right now your current reality is aligned with the people who are still holding on to a version of you that you've outgrown. Yes, you may still be in environments that do not serve you. Do not serve you, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to stay stuck to the version of you that you've outgrown. Long story short, yes. So she speaks about when she says living in your delusion, it emphasizes the fact that when you live in your delusion, that's you embodying, actively embodying the person that you want to be, right? The version of you that you see it, when you manifest the future that you want, right? So it's like when you have a vision board, you will have the places that you want to travel to, the car that you want, the house that you desire, the man or the woman of your dreams, the family that you want, or maybe you don't even want a family, you just want to be free, you just want to be childless, single, and just live your best life, travel the world. That will be on your vision board. So that's you looking at it and imprinting it in your mind, right, on a daily basis. That way you allow it to come to life. That's why I was telling you about checking out Dr. Joe Dispenza, guys. He speaks a lot about working on things in the quantum field. That's matter manifesting in the quantum world, and it makes things faster. That's why his manifestations be like, child, I just started a few months ago. So yeah, just check him out. Check him out. Check out his meditation. Check out his book, Becoming Supernatural. It's the plug. So when you're constantly looking at that, pouring your energy into the version of you that you want to become, then that's how you manifest that person. That's how you jump timelines, because you're moving from the version of you that you've outgrown and who's living on, like, excuse me, on the mindset of what they don't have, what they don't want, what they don't associate with, to the version of you that you're actively embodying and manifesting, right? Who constantly thinks about what they do want, where they want to be, what they do want to present, how they want to show up, and what they have to offer. So that is you basically living in your delusion, because the people who are around you do not see that vision. They do not have that mindset. They are not on that frequency. They will not be able to understand that, because they know a version of you that they have experienced, right? So live in your delusion, because when you're in your delusion, you're actively manifesting and bringing forth a version of you that you know you are, that you know you can manifest. Live in your delusion. That's how manifestation is created, basically. Just focusing on the version of you, the person, the life, the people, the community. Every time I just think of myself putting these videos out there, I mean, I know that I don't even have subscribers yet. It's true, I don't. But yeah, I speak as if I have a whole community, because I know that eventually my soul tribe will find me. We will connect, we will communicate, and we will build a platform that will be engaging, where we can learn from each other, we can feed each other knowledge, and if ever we're walking on a path that we think we understand, but someone else is able to guide us better because they've walked a similar path and can advise you on how to maneuver around it. So it's like I walk on a path and you embark on a similar journey, and then you're ahead, and I'm just starting on my, let's say, my spiritual awakening. And then you help me understand certain things like, oh, okay, so yesterday I encountered this, and that. And then you're like, oh, yeah, I remember. Oh, I was still early in my spiritual awakening journey and I encountered the same thing, but I didn't know how to maneuver around it. So it took longer. But because they found a shortcut. Okay, no, shortcut is not. No, shortcut is not the right word to use. But they found a better way, for lack of a better word. They found a better way to align or understand the message that was being sent to them. Then they're able to assist you and guide you, right? So that is why I think that's one of the reasons why I decided, you know what, I need to put myself out there, because I know that even though I know so much, there's still so much that I don't know. And there are people out there who are actually willing to share information, willing to guide those who are open to learning, open to receiving messages, right? So I'm allowing myself to tap into the energy of the collective, but not jumping and diving straight into a pool randomly where I can even be associated with energies that don't align with the path that I'm walking. I am putting myself out there in a manner that will attract those who understand what I'm preaching. Because if you're not able to comprehend the message that I'm sending to you, it simply means that you're not aligned with the person that I'm becoming. You're not on the same frequency, you're not even on the same path. So you will think that I'm leading you astray, and I will think that you're leading me astray, because that is what it is. You are on the left path, I'm on the right path. Oh, yes, I got my amethyst here with me today. So, yeah, that's that. Let's see what else we got. It's quite a lot today. Oh, see, check Dr. Joe Dispenza, guided meditations, and becoming supernatural. Okay, universe. Oh, feel the love from the divine. You are loved, child. Mm. Remember who the F you are. So remembrance. I like the fact that we actually still tapped into the energy, the channeled messages, because whenever I channel, I allow myself to get information from the divine where I can share and align with those that need to hear what I'm being taught. And if ever they were taught something similar, and find each other, guys. What's all that? Got each other. Self care and self love. Balance. Take care of your emotional, spiritual, physical, and mental well being. Oh, and then this is Erica Badu. We did talk about the songs, the channel songs, didn't you know, and on, right? So it says, love is life and life is free. Take a ride of life with me. Free your mind and find your way. There will be a brighter day. Oh, it just did something to me. And then it says, peace and blessings manifest with every lessons learned. If your knowledge were your worth, then it would be well earned. Preach, Erica, preach. Show up as your authentic self. That's the highest version of you. Living your delusion. Mm-hmm. Maya Angelou. Oh, I was reciting Maya Angelou's Still I Rise poem a few minutes before I started recording this week. If I tell you that this woman is helping me tap in, guys, have you read that poem? Please check it out. Maya Angelou Still I Rise. She's literally standing in her truth and understanding that some people will try and drag you down, but that doesn't mean that you have to allow them. You don't have to go down there. Stay on your high pedestal. Okay, stay on your high pedestal. Okay, no, that sounds like ego. I'm sorry for saying it like that, but understand that you're a child of the divine, of divine essence. You are your highest self. And if you allow people to instill doubt, fear, or judgment upon you that will lead you astray, then you're allowing them to take you off your path. Find your way, and understand that love compassion, inner peace, child, and consciousness will help you. It's like the gifts that we have been blessed with: consciousness, wisdom. Um, hey guys, you understand the gifts that a human being possesses. And we never get to explore them or understand them because we're too focused on what's not meant for us. Oh, an amethyst. Oh, I got the affirmation for my amethyst. Let me say it while I hold it. I communicate with clarity and confidence. I'm guided by my inner truth. Oof, I'm going to say it again. I communicate with clarity and confidence. I'm guided by my inner truth. The amethyst stone is all about communication, inner peace, balance, protection, and your psychic abilities. Yeah. 30 minutes. Oh, child. I think we should leave it there for the day. Thank you so much for joining me today. Your time, your presence, and your energy is always appreciated. Remember, you're a child of the divine. Act accordingly, okay? You got this. And always remember, you are loved. Bye now.